So welcome back, friends. A breath of fresh air. We have Marco Rubio, Secretary of State of the United States of America, talking about that the fact that United States, whatever had to be done from a military perspective with respect to Iran, has concluded, and that negotiations are going on the nuclear aspect. And if Iran were to agree, then the sanctions would be lifted and they would be welcomed in a very open world. Otherwise, they would be living a life of isolation. Makes sense, Marco Rubio's words. And we're thankful to President Trump, to Marco Rubio, to Pete Hegseth for trying to bring this to an early closure. I don't think this war makes any further sense. Through diplomacy and through negotiations, things can be worked out. Profusely thank all the three of them, President Trump, Pete Hegseth, and Marco Rubio. It is well done. They did not get intimidated by the latest Iran attack on Fujairah. I think that was very sensible. It shows great, immense maturity on part of all the three, the President Trump, Hegseth, and Rubio. Anyway, oil prices therefore have come down 9%. In our groups, we have been able to tell about the rise and the fall at different points of time and perfectly predict them. But this is due to our analysis and hard work. Now, the peace deal is on the table, and Iran has to reply before it turns into a formal agreement. Otherwise, President Trump has said that if the deal doesn't work through, then we go back to square one. I hope and pray that this comes to a complete end. High gas prices is no fun for anybody, neither the American consumer at the gas station, nor for any consumer in any part of the world. And increase in tensions is not good either for the population, because they are suffering immensely because of non-availability of many things. It's not good even for Asian economies, because they are unable to procure fertilizers. They are unable to procure many of the petrochemical products, the raw crude, in the quantity and the denomination which they desire to be able to manufacture, to export. So many industries have come to a standstill. With this opening, with possibility of a peace deal culminating, all this will open and things will start coming back to normal. Thus, we see the Dow, S&P, Nasdaq futures. I've been telling you for quite some time that a peace deal is near and a window is opening where people who are stuck in stocks could be getting a nice outlet. But do remember, I have told you this window is for a short duration, and you must be very, very cautious to work within that window. Otherwise, if you miss it, the window can shut again. That can happen due to a reason which I will tell you later on. So I'm limiting my discussion in this video to this window that is likely to open. And who would be among the prime beneficiaries should this war come to a complete conclusion, which, as far as the United States is concerned, they have no further inclination. I think that even Iran is not interested any further. But who would be the prime beneficiaries? That the prime beneficiaries would be those countries which have suffered the most, whose stock markets have fallen the most because of this US-Iran war. They may have had nothing to do with the war yet. Now, for example, you see countries like India, which have a very high import of oil. They don't make much of, they don't extract much of crude oil. They would be among the prime beneficiaries, because now the crude, if it falls down, it comes down to 80. Well, it's Brent crude is still hovering around $99 at the time of recording this video. 99 to 102, it's moving in that range. Should this come down any further, goes below 90, 80, you'd see the Indian stock markets, which have fallen dramatically, take an upward turn. There will be issues pertaining to Indian software industry because India being one of the prime exporters of software, and with AI coming into force in such a big way, they could get impacted. So that's one thing that will be negative for the Indian stock markets. Yet all said and done, India will be among the prime beneficiaries. There were elections in many important states in India. One of the prime ones being a state of Tamil Nadu. There's an actor turned politician, Vijay, who is about to take oath as the chief minister, but unfortunately he's falling short of 118 seats needed to be able to form the government. He's got 108, so 10 he has to cobble from 4 different parties. Now all kudos to him, hats off to him for wonderful. But Tamil Nadu is a very, very important state. It exports a lot of software engineers. It has a lot of automobile industry. It's among the prime, which is developing very fast as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. The problem is those 10 seats to be shared between 4 parties. They are all demanding an important say in the government that is to be formed. That can have a certain impact, because the government will not be able to so effectively work as it would have been had it been able to form a majority on its own. Also on the anvil, as we look forward, as far as the United States is concerned, the midterm elections are around the corner. Should this not go in favor of the ruling Republicans and Democrats share it or split it with the Republicans, the ability of the ruling of the incumbent, the president and other things, they would get dramatically impacted. So I think the attention will also now shift to the midterm elections in the United States, and primarily, and a couple of things that also will be of great importance will be the SpaceX IPO that is about to come out in, I would say, in a month and a half. So 6 to 7 weeks, that will be widely regarded as a barometer of the stock market frenzy that's going on. And another thing would be the FIFA World Cup that's also to commence. And that normally brings in some increased economic activity. So all this can happen in an era where there is peace, calm, and I hope that this peace deal works out with negotiations. All the way, a window should open. In my opinion, this peace deal should happen soon, sooner rather than later. And yes, one will find that the outlet window opens for many people who are stuck in stocks in various parts of the world, and in important exchange traded funds, and its emerging market funds have been badly hit because of this West Asia oil crisis. All these can revive now very soon. And the people who have been hit the most, even the stocks, not only countries, stocks which have been hit the most because of this West Asia crisis will also rise the fastest. They will be the prime beneficiaries. In fact, you'll be surprised that there are some stocks which had nothing to do with the West Asia crisis. It was just more of a sentiment. All these have been hit badly, and they would be among the fastest to rise, assuming this peace deal gets signed and we move ahead in an era of peace and tranquility. So as we say in the Sanskrit language, Sarva Sukhino Bhavatu, Sarva Sukhino Bhavantu, that let there be peace to all. We thank many people for facilitating this, and I'm sure that the peace that comes after this peace deal is signed will be immense. It will be an era of working in calm, good for humanity, good for everyone, and that I think will lay the foundation stone for some good times for not only the world economic growth, but also for the world stock markets. So friends, if you have subscribed to my channel or not yet subscribed to my channel, please do the same, and do share our videos with anyone who would be interested in the world economy, world stock markets, US stock markets, Indian stock markets, and we would like to reach maximum number of people. Thanks very much. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.